Hello and welcome to a demo of the NeoName service, or NeoNS. This is Ed with NNT, and today we'll be covering everything you need to know to get started. So what is NeoNS? NeoNS is a way for users to register decentralized domain names that live on the NeoN3 blockchain. These domains can be used as a human-readable alternative to public addresses in a compatible wallet, or they can be used in place of traditional web domains for decentralized websites or other applications hosted on NeoFS. All NeoNS domains are registered in the form of NFTs, so they're compatible with any wallet that works with NFTs already and makes them easy to transfer between users or exchange with others on third-party marketplaces. Today we'll be using neo.link, the official front end for NeoNS, to register a domain directly. The first thing you'll need to do is search for a domain. I'll search for the name example. The only supported root for domains at this time is .neo, so we can see that the domain in this case will be example.neo. Registering a domain through NeoNS entails a fixed fee, but that fee changes depending on the length of the name. If it's 3 characters, it's 200 gas. If it's 4 characters, it's 70 gas. And if it's 5 or more characters, it's 2 gas to register the domain. In our case, example has 7 characters, so it's going to cost us 2 gas plus a small fee for the transaction execution itself. I'm going to sign and send this transaction with Neoline and wait for that to complete. Now that's done, I can see my owned domains under the My Account tab. Clicking on the domain reveals further details and options. We can see the expiration date, which is set to exactly 1 year from now. In the Details tab, we can see the registrant, or the owner of the domain. We can use a button to transfer it to another address, and there's also an option to specify a controller. A domain controller is just an address that is authorized to adjust the records for a given domain without being permitted to actually transfer the NFT itself. This is really meant for more advanced use cases or organizations, and most people won't ever need to touch this option. Lastly, we can see the expiration date again and see that this can be extended by 1 year at a time, where the renewal cost is the same fee as the purchase price. The last thing you'll find on this page is the Records tab, which lists records for this domain. They function kind of like zone files for traditional DNS. This is where we need to be if we want to make our domain name resolve to our public address. We can do that by creating a text record. The host setting should be just the @sign, which just refers to the domain, so in this case just example.neo. And then you set the record value to your N3 public address, and you're done. However, it's also possible to use records to create subdomains. This makes it very convenient to use NeoNS for organizations or for having multiple linked wallets. For example, if I create a text record here where the host name is news and then set the value to a different wallet, the NeoNS name news.example.neo will point to this second wallet. If you're ever unsure about editing records, be sure to check out the Frequently Asked Questions page. Developers that want to build applications which integrate with NeoNS under the hood can use the docs page to see the API information. One last thing before we leave it today, you may be curious about the pricing and the domain roots. So the domain roots are, for example, the .neo part of a domain. Although only .neo domains are supported today, the Neo Council is able to register new roots, for example .gas, which would make it possible for users to register other domains too. The Neo Council plays quite an active role in the maintenance of NeoNS, like many other pieces of the Neo infrastructure. They're responsible for the domain roots, but also for adjusting the system's pricing structure as necessary. In most cases, that's probably going to be done to adapt to the market value of gas to make sure everyone's usually paying around the same amount. That's going to be everything for today. Thank you for your time and enjoy using NeoNS.